This is not a video about comparing series, but you can rely on it to choose your next TV show to watch after The Queen's Gambit. Each series is similar in a certain sense, so without further ado, let's get started. Perhaps the show that The Queen's Gambit is more similar to is AMC Mad Men, the show centered on the New York advertising agency that largely considered one of the best shows of all time. Seriously, if you've somehow not binged this one yet, what are you waiting for? The show is stunning aesthetically in many of the same way that Gambit is, and featured some of the best TV performances of all time, particularly from John Hammett, Elizabeth Moss, Christina Hendricks, and John Slattery. And well, I can tell you that the entire cast is amazing too. Like Queen's Gambit, the Friday Night Lights series is an underdog story that really takes the time to get its viewers invested not only in the competition of its all and the eventual outcome, but does the hard work in getting viewers to really care about its characters, from the head coach to the bench warmers. Pitch was a short-lived series that aired back in 2016 from creator Dan Fogelman, envisioning a reality where Kylie Banbury plays the first woman to ever play a Major League Basketball. The show follows many of the same beats as Queen Gambit, particularly the idea obviously of a woman trying to make it in what's traditionally a boys club. Pitch only have 10 episodes that run about 40 minutes each, so it's an easy binge and a solid one for any sports fan who had a good time with Gambit. Brockmire just finished up its 4th season 1 on IFC earlier this year. You may not have heard of it, but it's quietly been one of the best comedies of the decade. Hank Azaria stars as Jim Brockmire, a sport broadcaster who reaches the very top of his world before being fired for an on-air tirade against his wife. He ends up in a rehab, and the show looks at the different angle of a rehab and recovery. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is another good show for fans of The Queen's Gambit to get behind. Rachel Brosnahan won an Emmy for the first season of the show, which follows her life from a scorned wife to one of the hottest stand-up on New York City underground circuit. While the world of stand-ups isn't as explicitly competitive as literal chess tournaments, many of the themes, particularly the trying to make it in a male title field as a woman without connections, feel very familiar. Much in the way that The Queen's Gambit shines a light on the little-known world of competitive chess, Amazon Prime Video's Mozart in the Jungle shines a light on the world of high-level orchestras through a young woman, Lola Kirk, who has the ambition of making it into the New York Symphony. If you want a show that dives even deeper into the substance abuse issue that Queen's Gambit touches on and adds a compelling teen drama storyline and one of the better soundtracks you will hear, Euphoria is the show for you. Led by Zendaya's Emmy-winning turn, but with several other star-making performances from young cast, Euphoria was a breakout show for good reason. Washing Doll is a way higher concept than The Queen's Gambit. It's in the Groundhog Day, Palm Springs, Happy Death Day genre of time-loop stories, but if you're a fan of the sort of art deco aesthetic that Gambit frequently has, look no further than this stunning show. Additionally, the show frequently introduces the theme of copying and depending on substance to get through life, much like Gambit. Natasha Lyonne is one of the most likable actors working today, and that's never more apparent than here. The Deuce series The Wire creator David Simon is behind the 3-season HBO drama that, like Queen's Gambit, shines a spotlight on an industry that isn't often looked for the TV subject matter. An excellent cast introduced Maggie Gyllenhaal, James Franco, Dominic Fishback, and Lawrence Gilliard Jr. But like many of the shows on this list, what really makes it feel like The Queen's Gambit is the total recreation of its setting, which in this case is the 1970s and the 1980s Manhattan. And the final series in this list is Eastbound Down. Both shows are about underdogs making it in their respective worlds. They both rely on substance to get through the hardest of times, and they both lean heavily on others at times to get the most important advice. In the end of this video, if you have any suggestions about series similar or TV shows we should watch it after The Queen's Gambit, let us know in the comments below. This is everything for this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next video.